You're listening to the Greeks Gridiron, live with Ethan Haristodoulou.
Welcome back, everyone, to more of the Greeks Gridiron and to another edition of This Week in the USFL, where we recap the news from this past week within the USFL. I am Ethan Haristodoulou. My USFL fans, happy to talk to you guys today about the ticket announcement that came out this past Wednesday, and of course, some signings and releases that have gone on throughout the league. So take a seat, grab some popcorn, and let's talk the USFL this week, shall we? Starting off with the big one here, this past Wednesday, officially released. Tickets are now out in the wild and available for you to purchase from the USFL. If you go right to the USFL.com, they got a tickets link. You can go right there and start purchasing those tickets that were announced just a few weeks ago. These tickets are a bargain, let me tell you. If you don't know the pricing for anything, or if you missed the ticket announcement a few weeks ago, they are dirt cheap, and the USFL has come basically right out and said that they want the USFL to be affordable for everyone. Single game tickets are as low as $10 a pop if you're looking at corners within the stadium, and they top out at about $40 for 50-yard line seats or somewhere within midfield. Unbelievable numbers, if you ask me. Again, we're talking professional football here with guys that you may have seen in the NFL here or there, or maybe some top collegiate athletes, and you're talking $40 to sit right at the 50-yard line and see them up close. As far as season tickets go, it depends on the stadium. There's a little bit of variance in terms of the pricing, but we're looking at as low as $25 to $30 for those same $25 to $30, mind you. I just said it was $10 a pop. So if you want to go to 3 games, think about that. $30. If you want to buy season tickets, that's good for 10 games, not including the playoffs. We're talking $25 to $30 for those same seats to have the rights to go to 10 games that season at that stadium. That's incredible in terms of savings. And then they top out at about $100 to $120 for the season tickets, again, depending on the stadium, for midfield seats. You couldn't even sniff that in just about any other league in the United States right now in terms of professional sports. So to be able to get them at such a low price is an unbelievable steal. Again, I said about $40 for 50-yard line seats if you're buying a single game. If you wanted to go to 3 games or more, you're already saving money if you decide to become a season ticket holder for whatever stadium it is you decide to go and watch these games at. Unbelievable numbers. Kickoff for the league, again, starts April 15th and 16th at Memphis and Birmingham. First game in Canton is going to be on April 23rd, and then the first game in Detroit is on April 30th, so make sure you get your tickets. Again, you can go right to the USFL.com. They got a whole section. I found it myself really easy to find. It's right at the top of the screen as soon as you go to the website, and you can start buying up some of those tickets. I'm assuming that some of them are going to go pretty quickly, but you should not have a hard time getting your hands on game tickets. I feel like maybe season tickets, I don't know necessarily how many they have. Those will probably at some point maybe sell out. I could definitely see something like that. But as far as like single game tickets go, I'm sure you'll have no issue locking yourself up some. Now, beyond the ticket side of things, there was some player signings and releases going on this past week with 3 different teams. We'll start off with the New Orleans Breakers, my team, releasing offensive guard Clay Legault from Merrimack, and then signing offensive guard Kalik Washington from Southern Mississippi. Kalik Washington, a big man, 6'5", 339 pounds. Clearly some retooling going on as far as the offensive line is concerned for the Breakers, but one that if you're a New Orleans fan, you should be excited about. Again, big man up front. You want to help with that offensive line, protect your quarterback. Not a bad signing if you ask me. The Michigan Panthers, they made a pretty awesome signing here. This is one that I'm actually pretty excited about for the Panthers here. Signing linebacker Trayshawn Hayward from Western Michigan. He also had a 5-game stint with Arizona, but he spent 4 years with Michigan. A 2019 MAC Defensive Player of the Year and 2019 All-American by Sporting News in Phil Steele. This is a big piece and big addition for the defensive side of the ball for the Panthers, a team that wasn't too shabby on the defensive side of the ball last year, but a nice upgrade in piece and addition to that unit over there. So Panthers fans, go ahead, take a look into him. Pretty awesome signing if you ask me for the Panthers. And then finally for the Philadelphia Stars, probably making, I would argue, the loudest move as far as bringing someone in is concerned this past week. They went ahead and signed, and I hope I'm saying this right, I believe it is Shamarius Gilmore from Georgia State. At 6'3", 295 pounds, this guy is a 5-time All-Sun Belt Conference selection with first-team honors in 2020 and 2021. This is a huge signing for the O-line of the Philadelphia Stars. On top of that, he is one of just 2 players to have ever been a 5-time All-Sun Belt Conference selection. One of 2 players. If you are a fan of the Stars, or even if you're on the Stars, you're a player right now, you should be excited for this addition in the locker room. The Stars were a really good team up front last year, very good at opening up running lanes for their running backs, and with an addition like Shamarius Gilmore, I think you have to be really excited. And I'm assuming this kind of had to do with that signing there as well. They went ahead and released offensive tackle Paul Noseworthy from Buffalo, so he is off the roster, looking for a job. 7 other teams within the USFL maybe looking for a player. Take a look at him. If not, wish him the best of luck. Maybe he finds himself in another spring league, maybe the XFL. Who really knows? But not a super busy week as far as the news goes. Again, a few signings and releases here and there, but the big one, tickets being on sale for this season, finally. A long wait. They came out this past Wednesday. That was March 8th for those of you that may be watching this a week or so down the line. But get your tickets. Single game seats, you're talking $10 to $40 at most, and that $40 is getting you midfield seats, some prime time locations in those stadiums. And season ticket holders, or people that want to be season ticket holders, I would get in there. If you plan on getting yourself to a game, if you live in those areas, or you know you are close enough that you can be around at least 4 times or more during the year, or you want to travel to the different stadiums, grab yourself a pack of season tickets, man. We're talking $100 to $120 for midfield seats for the year. And if you don't want to do that, but you want to just be able to have the option to go to as many games as possible, you're looking at $25 to $30. If you don't have that just kind of sitting around somewhere, I mean, that's chump change if you're asking me. And they have payment plan options as well. So even if you maybe don't have that money just kind of sitting around at this very moment, you can set yourself up to pay. Maybe it's, I don't necessarily know what the plans are going to be, but if it's every month, maybe every 2 months, I'm not necessarily sure how much they're willing to spread out the number. Even the fact that they're offering payment plans for something like that is massive. So get those tickets and lock them up if you're trying to be a season ticket holder. But that is it for me. That's all the news that came out of the USFL this week. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're a Breakers fan, a Panthers fan, a Philadelphia Stars fan, how are you feeling about these signings and releases here? Again, the Michigan Panthers picking up a big one on the defensive side. And again, the Stars making some real noise there, bringing in a massive offensive guard and a guy with a lot of accolades to his name. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. But that's it for me. I appreciate you from watching. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.